Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MTO episode 9 for Ruckus and the Menace. Primetime, I believe, or no, not primetime. The extras that we're doing for the extra content for Ruckus and the Menace. This is episode 9 of MTO. Here we go. Ooh, everyone's going crazy for them Royals. Kyle Wright versus Adolis Garcia with the runner on first. And Seeger is on first. Ah, that was a bad pitch. 2-0. Strike one. All right. That was a nice little cut there by Garcia. Witt gets it back. Brent and Anderson are in the pen. I'm going to bring in Jake Brent. Ooh, that was a strike. I don't know what the ref was smoking there. All right, 1-1 count on Young. Woo! That was a good pitch by Brent there. That's nasty slider. Here's a circle change. That is a big fly ball there for Lane Tomas. And the runner advances to third. And it is now first and third with one out. On the top of the sixth. With a one-run lead for the Royals. Here is Simeon with Brent's first pitch is a strike up in his kitchen. Another up in his kitchen. 0-2. Strike three. That is a pop up. Grisham is going to put all of his might into it for the second out. Throws it to home and runner does not advance. It is now runners first and third with two out for Duran. That was a ball. Good eye by Duran. And that is another pop-up out. Out number 3. Royals escape.
So they strand a pair. 9-1 and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the sixth. It's the Royals 1 and the Rangers nothing.
All right, here is Tomas in the bottom of the sixth against John Gray. And he pops it up like a doofus. Oh well. It's okay.
And there's one down. Nothing like postseason baseball. There's a buzz in the air. Every pitch seems bigger. It's truly
All right, here's Michael Garcia against John Gray. Nice slider there to kind of whiffed at by Garcia. Ball, nice little take there by Michael. Ooh, that was a good pitch. But is it going to be caught? It is going to be caught for the second out by, I believe, Tavares? Or I don't know who the hell that is out in the field. I should know this, though. Gray versus Grisham with two outs. Ooh, that was a nice little trick pitch right there. Alright, 0-1 count. That was a nice little doink ground ball to Jung for the third out.
Nothing doing for the Royals, but they lead it 1-0. And we're back. Here's Leody Tavares.
All right, here's Leody Tavares. Top of the seventh. Brent's back on the mound. That's a nice slider by Brent. Up and in. Probably not a good pitch to give to Tavares, but you know what? Whatever. 2-1 count. Ball outside. Nice little pitch to get Tavares hack at it. Another hack there. Strike 3. Okay, still hacks at it. Good hacks.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
Ooh, caught him looking. Strike 1. Or not strike 1. Out number 1. Jonah Heim with 1 out.
So he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Next offering is in for a
Strike 2. Woo! Strike 3. 2 strikeouts to start this inning. Here's Evan Carter.
Got in on him right there. That's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
And that is a chip shot for a second strike. Strike 3. Okay, nice hack by Evan Carter there to stay alive. Strike 3. Ooh, nice little take there for the first ball on the count. 1 and 2. That is a nice little cut that could go for second for extra bases. And that turns into a double. 2 out double for Evan Carter.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe versus Brents with the runner on second with 2 outs.
Right there it did, and he did it perfectly. Now we'll see if they can pick up that tying run and start us over here in the late innings.
slap the other way, foul.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably
Ooh,
gonna be a big run. So
that is a pop-up
on the mound.
for out number 3 for Mean with the nice catch there.
Rangers lead. Bottom of the 7th, digging in, Bobby Witt Jr.
Here's Gray versus Bobby.
And first offering is foul.
Probably could have swung at that a little earlier, but that's okay.
Inside.
Nice take there. Ball 1 and 1. Ooh,
In the air,
that is a pop-up
Tavares
in the middle of the field. A can of corn for
away for the out.
Tavares, I think. Yep, that's actually Tavares.
Now it's Salvador Perez to the
Here's Perez with 1 out.
swing and a ball.
And that is also a pop-up. Out number 2 for Seager.
Makes the play, and there's 2 away.
He's controlling things out there on the mound.
Here is Nelson Velasquez versus John Gray. Ooh, a nice little 2-out line drive to try and keep things rolling.
Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed.
Here's
Everybody
Fermin
is a step or two
with the
behind.
runner on
The way
first.
that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Ooh, that's another line drive hit for the Royals as there are now runners on first and second with 2 outs. Fermin keeping the inning alive. Here is Hunter Renfroe. He has been hot as of late. And that turns into a ground ball, out number 3, and the inning is over. And I believe we're going to get a new pitcher out there, and Nick Anderson against the lefty Seager.
Best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the
And then we are going to warm up Carlos Hernandez and Karinchak.
And a pitch.
That was a nice, nasty curve there for strike number 1. Here is pitch number 2, and that is almost a line drive homer by Seager. There's a nice little ground ball line drive to Perez for out number 1.
huge defensive play in the late stages of the game.
Here's Adolis Garcia,
Challenging we've seen today, but
and that is a long foul ball.
looked like
0-1 count.
decided on that fastball. Gotta think to yourself, once
Ooh, got him to swing early on that one. 0-2.
opposite field now.
That is a strike 3 pitch, caught looking, out number 2. Here's Josh Young with 2 outs.
That one fouled off. Anderson, 33 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. 2 down, nobody on.
Ooh,
Ball, it stays
got a
9-2.
piece of it.
No signs of wavering on the mound here in the 8th. It's looking rock solid so far.
Foul ball still 0-2. And the right-hander deals.
And that is a strike 3. 3 outs.
3 go to
Royals still hold on to a 1-run lead.
As we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Dane Dunning.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's Adam Frazier
1-run game. Here's Adam
with
Frazier.
nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Dane Dunning on the mound.
Swing, and that is strike 1.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
We are going to warm up Will Smith and Schreiber.
Righty to the plate.
Ooh, that is a ground ball out from Simeon to Nathaniel Lowe.
That is out here in the 8th. Lane Thomas.
Here is Tomas with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th.
And the first pitch misses.
Barely gets called a ball. That is a perfect. Does that get out of the yard? Does it get out of the yard? It does. The Royals extend their lead to 2-0
All muscle to center field. It's
to add some extra insurance runs there. What a hit by Thomas. Or should I say Tomas. Here is Michael Garcia.
comebacker to
I don't know why I went with like a full Hispanic accent there, but here we go. Trent Grisham with 2 outs.
Trent Grisham steps in for the Royals.
Ooh, nice take there. Ball 1.
Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on.
1-1 count.
Game 2 of the American League Championship Series.
Ooh, 1-2 count.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
And that is a strike 3. Inning is over.
The Royals get a run.
Thomas gets some insurance there for the Royals, making it 2-0, and now we'll try and take this game.
Go to the ninth. Here's the second baseman, Marcus Simeon.
Here's Smith against his former team.
And there's a foul ball. Smith, a former All-Star. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a curve, and he works in a changeup. And here it comes.
Strike 3. That'll be out number 1 to start this 9th inning.
Fouled here in the ninth. Durant now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Bases empty, 1 away here in game 2. That's a ball. Now 1-1.
1-1 count.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play. And he deals. Foul ball.
That is a 1-2 count.
One down,
Could this be
bases
strike
empty.
3? Nope. That is a 2-2 count. We are all even at 2. Strike 3. And that is out number 2. The Rangers are 1 out away for giving the Royals a, I believe, 2-0 lead.
With 3 strikeouts. Right through there for a strike.
I'm going to have to look at this again, but here we go. This is out number 3. Royals take this game. Yep, we so far have taken games 1 and 2. We need 2 more wins in order to get to the World Series. Kyle Wright is the winning pitcher, and the Royals somehow survive.
7-game series, they got plenty of reasons to be confident.
Yeah, and for a team that's in a 2-0 hole, they've really got their work cut out for them as we head to a new venue for the next few games.
Now the Royals go to Globe Life for 3 games. Let's try and get a 3-0 series lead. Here we go. Salvati with the runners on first and second. And that is a sacrifice fly. Oh, actually it's not. They're going to keep going. And now there are runners on every base, aka the bases are loaded with 1 out in the 6th. Here's Velasquez with bases loaded and 1 out. And that could be a sacrifice fly. And it will be. Royals get a run in from a Velasquez sacrifice fly. Now here's Freddie Fermin with runners on second and third with 2 out. And that is a perfect. Does that get to be a homer? It is a 3-run blast by Freddie Fermin, giving the Royals a 4-2 lead late in this game. Here is Hunter Renfroe with 2 outs.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard to recover in the next one.
2 outs.
And that is a base hit. Oh, never mind. That's a line drive.
So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Royals 4 and the Rangers 2. Here in Game 3 of the American League Championship Series.
All right, 4-2 lead for the Royals, and Reagans is still out there in the bottom of the 6th against Adolis Garcia.
Gotta love the intensity of postseason baseball. Players on both sides at such a high level of emotion.
And that is a ground ball right back to Reagans for out number 1.
Here's Josh Young.
That is ball 1, kind of in the zone there.
That intensity, Boo, it comes out of everybody. Think about celebrations by players like Carlos Correa, Jose Bautista, Kirk Gibson, just iconic moments.
The wind of the pitch.
That is ball number 2.
And a 2-1 hammered but foul. One down, base is empty. Got him looking.
That is strike number 3. And that is out number 2 in this inning.
Now it's Marcus Semien.
Here's Simeon with 2 outs.
Ball 1, no strikes. There's a strike.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
And here's Renfroe to make it the 3rd out.
And that is that.
All right, here we go. 4-2 lead still. Dane Dunning out there with Frazier leading off in the top of the 7th.
Bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And that is a foul ball.
Done it. The tall righty. He feeds
There is not much enthusiasm by the Rangers right now.
cutter, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve.
Ground ball out number 1.
Semien tops over to first. And a quick out number 1. Here's Lane Thomas.
Here's Lane Tomas with 1 out.
Slider misses outside.
Was the hero of last game getting the extra run cushion to have the Royals win 2-0 the last game that was played. And he becomes a ground ball victim this time. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Here's Michael Garcia.
Just shows you why he's one of the best shortstops around. So smooth yet so quick at the same
Takes a
time.
ball
Any slow
inside.
wheels burning down the first baseline are going to turn that into
Another ball inside. 2-0. And that is a nice little hit, but that'll be a fly ball out number 3 to get us to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's Reagans again with 64 pitches. That barely is a strike.
Nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Swinging a foul back, that's out of play. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle.
And that is out number 1 for the Royals as Bobby gets a nice little throw to Perez for the first out. Here's Ezekiel Duran.
Elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Here's Bobby Witt again. And he's not going to be in time with the throw. So, Duran is on with a runaround as a runner on first base. Tavares with a runner on first base with 1 out.
Here's Leody Tavares. Right through there for a strike.
And that is going to be a pop-up for Bobby Witt for out number 2.
And there are 2 outs. Evan Carter.
All right, here's Evan Carter
0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strike.
with 2 outs and a runner on first.
Foul ball, third base side. Tying run at the plate.
And this is out number 3, and we go to the 8th.
And makes the play, and that's out number 3. Back in Arlington.
Here is Trent Grisham
Here's the center fielder.
on the top of the 8th.
Ground ball
And that is a ground ball out to Simeon.
1 up, 1 down. Now
Here is Bobby Witt Jr. against Dane Dunning. Ooh, nice little slider there by Dunning.
front that time.
That time it goes right back to Dunning, and he will not be able to get there because the speedy Witt is a speedy Witt.
On the mound.
1 out.
To check on him. That was
Dunning still on the mound after that hit that he took on that pitch that bit him back. Here's Perez with the runner on first with 1 out. Woo! Nice slider. And this time it goes wild and out. 1 and 2. And now Dunning's trying to get Bobby. Not gonna work.
All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
2-2 count.
Witt, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning.
And that is a line drive for Perez. And now there's runners on first and second with 1 out.
So 1 out with 2.
Here's Nelson Velasquez.
Steps in for the Royals.
That probably could have been a line drive for Velasquez if I would have jumped on it. That is more than likely a sac fly for Witt. And that gets Witt to third. Perez stays at first. 2 outs with runners on first and third. And Fermin comes back with a vengeance, hopefully, after hitting a 3-run bomb his last time up. This time it is a RBI single, keeping things interesting. Runners on first and third with 2 outs still. Hunter Renfroe at the plate against Dunning. Ooh, that looked good, but I'm glad that I took that. And Dane Dunning gets out of it, only allowing 1 run after getting a ball hit at him after it bounced on him. Good job. Here's Riggins on the bottom of the 8th with a 5-2 Royals lead.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Ooh. Low with the long line drive is out number 1 by Tomas. Here's Corey Seager with 1 out.
First offering is fouled off. 1 down, base is empty.
And that is gone. That makes it a 5-3 Royals lead after a laser shot by Corey Seager. Now here's Adolis Garcia, and we are going to make a pitching change. And here's Karinchak with a 2-run Royals lead and 1 out against Adolis Garcia.
There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Ball to strike.
1-2 count now after 2 chip shots. And that is strike 3, and that makes it 2 outs now in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Josh Young against Karinchak.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying.
And that is out number 3 and strikeout.
Rangers pick up a run here.
Or 3 strikes and you're out. Alright. Seager makes things interesting by planting a run in. Here is Jose Leclerc versus Adam Frazier in the top of the 9th. Should have been a strike, but wasn't. We're going to warm up Will Smith again. And Schreiber. And that is a nice little out by Frazier. I thought that was going to be a line drive, but that turned into a out by Evan Carter. Here's Lane Tomas with 1 out. Good little take there for Tomas. And that is a pop-up for out number 2. Nathaniel Lowe there to catch it. 2 outs.
That is an excellent base.
So the batting order turns over. Down to third baseman.
Ooh. That is a ground ball out number 3 for the Royals. And now it is time for the Royals to prove whether or not they can get a 3-0 lead and potentially get to the World Series. Here is Simeon against Will Smith, former teammates.
Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Swing and a miss.
Curveball, strike 3. Just kidding. That is another foul off because Simeon is a freaking alien. Playing out of this world. Ooh! That was a nice circle change by Will Smith, and that is the first out of the inning. Here is Jonah Heim. Or first out of this half of the inning, my bad. Alright, 0-1 count on Heim after a foul ball. Another foul ball. Not looking good so far for the Rangers. Curveball, strike 3. That is actually a strike 3, so that makes it 2 outs. The Rangers are down to their final out. Duran versus Smith. Oh, and Garcia gets it by him. And there's still some hope for the Rangers as they have a runner on first with 2 outs and the tying run up at the plate with Lodi Tavares. And that is foul.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
1-2 count now after that strike. Foul ball, 1-2. Strike 3, curveball. Nope, that is a 2-2 even count. And that is another hack. Another hack, still 2-2. And that is a strike 3 for Will Smith, and the Royals are now up 3-0 in the ALCS. It is the top of the 6th with a 2-1 Texas lead. And Bobby Witt is at the plate with 1 out and Grisham at second. And DeGrom is pitching. Alright, here we go. Rangers fans are looking more enthusiastic compared to last game. Here's Bobby Witt Jr. with a runner on second and 1 out. And that is now 2 outs. Here's Salvador Perez with 2 outs and a runner on first. And they obviously pitch up to see if Bobby will steal, but he has not yet. And that is a ground ball out for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Seager. And here's Brady Singer.
Johnson in the 2001 World Series, just to name a few. Thomas makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
There's Tomas with the first out. Here's Adolis Garcia.
Adolis Garcia. And a foul ball.
Well, on that idea of postseason reputations, Boog, got to mention players like Carlton Fisk, Reggie Jackson.
And that is out number 2. Garcia with the nab.
Rolls across the diamond.
Here's Josh Young.
Foul ball there. 2 down, nobody on.
Has a ground ball to Witt, and that is out number 3.
That is the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing doing.
Royals have Velasquez, Fermin, and Renfroe up to the plate.
Top of inning number 7.
Here's DeGrom versus Velasquez. And that is a big old pop fly for Velasquez for out number 1. And that is Garcia to catch the ball. Here's Freddie Fermin. And that is a most likely double. And Fermin gets in there with a double, or 1 out double. Here's Hunter Renfroe now. And the Rangers look to get Brock Burke on the mound to go for DeGrom.
Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Hunter Renfroe at the plate. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
All right, here's Renfroe with 1 out and a runner on second. That is a pop fly for out number 2, and the runner does not advance from second to third.
Number 2.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes
Here's Adam Frazier with the runner on second with 2 outs.
Can really set
And Frazier just kind of chips at it. And that is a pop fly to Tavares for the third out. And the Royals do not capitalize after a Fermin one-out double. Here's Marcus Semien.
Now it's the second baseman, Marcus Semien. In for a strike.
Strike one.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
And the righty deals.
That is a pop fly for out number one, if Fermin can catch it. And he does for out number one.
And there's one away.
Here's Ezekiel Duran with one out. And that is a line drive hit to Tomas. So that makes it one out. That makes it a one out single for Duran. Here's Tavares. And that is a foul ball for the first strike. And that is a double play. That is a one out ground ball, or ground ball out. 2 outs, the runner on second for the Rangers. And that is out number 3 for Fermin. As Heim breaks his bat and Singer gets out of it. Here is the 8th inning. Here is Josh Seaborz.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves.
And we're going to put in
There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Nick Anderson next inning. Or next half inning.
And a pitch.
And there is Tomas with the leadoff single.
And that puts the tie.
And this might be the turning point.
Ready to hit right there. Pretty tough for the
Here is Maikel Garcia with a runner on first with nobody out.
to the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great.
And that's a big hit. Does that get out? It does. The Royals grab a 1-run lead, 3-2 Royals, after a Garcia 2-run home run.
Changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early.
Here is Trent Grisham with nobody out, with a 3-2 Royals lead. And that is a perfect line drive.
And the postseason success continues for him.
So, still nobody out with the runner on first now. And Scherzer comes out of the pen against Bobby Witt Jr.
Quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. There's one. Out. Fires the first.
And that is a double play
Nicely done for the
after Scherzer comes in to help keep the score at where it's at. Here is Salvador Perez against Scherzer. And that is a line drive out to Duran.
2-run shot for the Royals this inning. It's
All right, Garcia got us the lead. Can we keep it with Nick Anderson?
roll into the bottom of the 8th.
Here's Evan Carter.
In the box now. Takes strike one.
0-2 count after a nice little foul ball there.
See if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases. Pick up a run.
Strike 3, bottom of the 8th with 1 out.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for tonight. I mean,
Here's Nathaniel Lowe.
holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick because word will get around the league in a hurry.
There's a pop-up that goes foul. That probably could have been caught by Fermin.
1-run lead here in game 4.
And that is a ground ball single for Lowe with 1 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that.
Here is Corey Seager
But he smoked that
with
ball
1 out.
up the middle.
And that is popped up foul going into the stands
There's just no chance
for
of the infield.
strike number 1.
Next pitch misses outside. 1-0
Ball one.
Your base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything
And that is a line drive out
in the scoring
for out number 2. Runner still at first with 2 outs in this bottom of the 8th. Here's Adolis Garcia with 2 outs.
He did everything right there. Nothing to show for
Strike
it.
1.
But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a
And is that gone? That is. Rangers come back to make this a 1-run lead for the Rangers. It felt like last inning that things were about to turn tides, and now it is a 1-run lead for the Rangers. After a 2-run homer by Adolis Garcia, here's Josh Young.
He's got to treat this as a clean inning. Forget about the home run. Forget about now being behind on the scoreboard. Start fresh.
And now it is a pop-up to Tomas for the 3rd out. And the Royals had to keep fighting in order to get that final win to get to the World Series. Or they could clinch it next game. We will have to see. Here's Velasquez versus Leclerc. And that is a line drive to lead off this inning for Velasquez. And he gets there with a double. Velasquez starts this rally.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now,
And it might be a wise decision to substitute him out for Drew Waters. Here is Freddie Fermin with a runner on second and nobody out. And that was a nice rip by Fermin there.
well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. You get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it. But this is where they earn their keep.
Another foul ball there. 0-2 count with runner on second. Still an 0-2 count. Ooh, that is strike 3 and out number 1 for the Rangers. Here's Renfroe with a runner on second. That is a ball to start off this at bat. And that is a ground ball out number 2 for the Rangers. Runner is still at second. 2 outs, and here's Frazier.
Excellent piece of work.
Last chance for the Royals. Here's Adam Frazier.
And that is a ground ball out for out number 3. Rangers take game 4, and the Royals still can clinch after this loss. All right, here's Michael Garcia
1 for 3.
with 2 outs.
And that's down and away.
Ball 1.
Activity in the bullpen. Josh Spores, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Burke, the left-hander, also throwing. 2 on, 2 outs.
And that is a double for Garcia. 2-run score. And this ties the game. Makes it 3-3 with 2 outs, with Garcia getting a 2-run double for the Royals. What a clutch hit. Here's Grisham. And as a pop-up, that's more than likely out number 3, and the Royals have tied the game late in this game. Here's Garcia versus Kyle Wright.
Adolis Garcia. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1.
One wonderful thing about the postseason, you never know who's going to be the hero. It could be the superstar, but often it's a far more unlikely player.
Strike 3, 1 out.
Wow, short work to send
Here's Nathaniel Lowe with 1 out.
That's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
Ground ball to Garcia for out number 2.
And that quickly, 2 away.
Here's Simeon with 2 outs.
And that's in for
Strike 1.
one unlikely postseason hero I saw up close, Alex Gonzalez of the Marlins in the 2003 World Series.
That is a pop-up for out number 3, and the Royals
In extra innings in game
keep this game tied.
to make the catch.
We are now at the 7th inning.
New inning getting started.
Here's Bobby Witt Jr. versus Nathan Eovaldi.
Witt Jr. Fouled off. He was late.
Well, these Royals, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Just look at how the ball's coming off their bats, and tell me it's fun playing defense at this
And
point.
that is a base hit that could turn into a double.
So you gotta look a lot.
And Bobby stays at first as he gets a lead-off single in the top of the 7th.
And so could every hitting coach.
And they take out Eovaldi for Spores.
Go ahead, run on base. Now will be the cleanup hitter for the Royals, Salvador Perez. Rolled
Here's
softly,
Spores. First pitch is fouled off by Salvador Perez.
here in Game 5.
And that is more than likely a fly ball, out number 1 by Salvador Perez. Here is Nelson Velasquez.
0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout.
That is strike 1 with the nasty slider.
A little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
That puts the zone.
Strike 2, same pitch, same kind of area.
Over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That is a line drive for Velasquez, which gets Bobby to second. And Velasquez continues this rally, getting a nice line drive hit. Here is Freddie Fermin with the runners on first and second with 1 out. Slider, strike 1.
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss.
And Bobby steals third. First and third with 1 out, 0-2 count for Fermin. And that is a big hit by Fermin, as that is a 1-run. Does this make it 2 runs? That is a 2-run double by Fermin, as the Royals now lead 5-3 in the top of the 7th inning with 1 out. Wow. Fermin has come up clutch so far.
Really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Now it's Hunter Renfroe.
Here is Renfroe. That is going to be a sacrifice fly to get Fermin to third with 2 outs.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes.
Here is Adam Frazier with the runner on third and 2 outs.
And when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Frazier stands
That is
down.
ball 1 to start this at bat.
2 runs across in the inning. Here in the late stages of Game 5.
And that is a base hit that pads this lead even more to 6-3 Royals, as Frazier gets a RBI single. And here's Lane Thomas with 2 outs and a runner on first.
Those always feel great.
And that is a pop-up. Out number 3, Thomas pops it up to Simeon.
Snags it, and that'll do it. So they get 3 and jump it.
All right, here's Josh Young.
Bottom of the 7th, down to third baseman. Josh,
We're going to put in Karinchak.
new pitcher in the game for the Royals, James Karinchak.
And we're going to put Brent's out. Put Schreiber warming up in there. And here's Will Smith warming up as well.
Right through there for a
Karinchak gets the first strike
Last thing you want to do as a hitter is get
on there, down the middle.
trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what,
Fastball strike
really trying
3.
to catch things out front. So
popped up.
Pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
0-2 now. Swings through that one. It's a
Strike three, first out of the inning, bottom of the seventh.
Plan all the way. You set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Durant stands in now and watches strike one.
Duran now down 0-2. Strike three. 2 outs in the bottom of the seventh.
Now, you talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the
Here's
swing,
Heim with
whether
2
it's
outs.
comparative runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ballgame.
Ooh! Strike three.
Rangers go down.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Karinchak.
New arm on the mound to start the eighth.
Now we're at the top of the 8th, and Brock Burke is pitching against Miguel Garcia.
Their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Royals still have a 3-run lead, 6-3. And that is the first out of the inning.
Grab one pitch and 1 out.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ballgame.
Here's Trent Grisham.
Two-hitter, Trent Grisham.
And that is a ground ball for out number 2. Nathaniel Lowe to tag the first base bag.
2 outs, bases empty.
Here's Bobby Witt Jr. with 2 outs. He's been kind of quiet this series.
Burr, 27 years old, and he was a third-round pick back in 2014. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Jonathan Hernandez preparing to come on if needed.
And speaking of quiet, there is a now 4-1 lead after Bobby Witt quiets the crowd with a solo shot.
It's 7-3.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter.
2 outs, nobody out.
And now here is Salvador Perez with 2
In
outs.
for the Royals.
And that is a pop-up out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with a now 4-run lead for the Royals as they look to clinch to the World Series.
It's now a 4-run lead at 7-3. This is the American League Championship. Back at Globe Life Field.
All right, here's Evan Carter in the bottom of the 8th, and we're going to put in John Schreiber.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes.
That is out number 1, a lazy ground ball out to Salvador Perez for the first out. Here's Tavares with 1 out. Straight ball 1.
That one pushed to the left and foul. The Rangers down by 4 here in Game 5 of the ALCS. On the ground to first.
And Perez tags Tavares for the second out. Here is Corey Seager. And that is out number 3 of the 8th inning. And the Royals are 3 outs away from getting to the World Series after a 10-year drought. Here's Nelson Velasquez.
Nelson Velasquez. Pitch. That one to first. And he hammers it himself for the out. And to the plate for Kansas City, Freddie Fermin.
Here is Fermin with 1 out.
On a home run. That one fouled off. Bases empty, 1 away. You're at the top of the 9th.
That is a
It's hard, I think, for those guys in the corners because
big catch by
especially when it's
Josh
a
Young
right-handed hitter,
to make it 2
you don't
outs.
see the ball all that well going through the zone, and if it's a left-hander, you got a better shot.
There's Hunter Renfroe with 2 outs.
See the contact, and so that jump isn't always on time. Sometimes it's a little early, sometimes it's a little bit late, but that one was perfect.
That smash towards
And that is a line drive single for Renfroe.
and his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this.
All right, Renfroe on first, Frazier at the plate. Let's see what happens here.
And
Great two-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
And gets hit by the pitch. Runner on first and second now, and Lane Thomas is up with 2 outs.
Lane Thomas. And there's a foul ball. Righty delivers.
That is a ground ball single that gets in a run.
Fires it to the plate. It's off the mark.
And that is now 8-3 Royals against the Rangers
Picks up an RBI.
with 2 outs.
Swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have.
Here is Michael Garcia.
Goes the runner. Ball outside.
And Thomas gets a stolen base to get both runners in scoring position. Runners on second and third with Garcia with 2 outs.
Exactly the case right here. Speed on the bases, put him in motion, and it
That is another up. He gets a diving play, and that is out number 3. Royals get another run here.
is off the charts. Don't see many shortstops better than that.
And Schreiber will still stay in the game.
Bottom 9. And now the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. Bounce to the left.
And Garcia gets a lead-off single in the bottom of the 9th.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe.
That clips a corner.
Strike 1.
You're going to get something going. This is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got
That is a line drive out to Grisham for out number 1.
Racing over to make the catch.
Royals are 2 outs away now from the World Series.
He's 2 outs away. Here is Marcus Semien.
Simeon
Swinging a
with
foul straight.
1 out.
Right-hander kick steals.
That is a pop-up to Grisham for the second out of the inning.
For the second out.
1 more out for the Royals as they potentially make the drought go away of getting to the World Series. Foul ball by Josh Young.
Garcia leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
That is a ground ball to Witt. And this is Royals' turn to get to the World Series after a 10-year drought of not getting there since the first time they got there in 2014 after a 20 or 30-year drought. Congratulations to the Royals, as we will find out next episode, or really at the end of this episode, who the Royals face off against in the 2024 Fall Classic of the World Series.
So the Kansas City Royals
Presented by YouTube TV, probably. And the Royals face the Diamondbacks, the team that had a lot of promise last year in the World Series, but lost later in the series last year to, I believe, the Astros. Alright, guys, we'll see you in the next episode, episode number 10, to see how far the Royals can get in the World Series against the Diamondbacks. We'll see you then.